It is notorious, infamous.
But this is like all out nastiness. It's hardline.
Yeah.
None of it's easy.
Who do you have your eye on?
That's a really good question. Hello everyone, my name's Rob Warner.
And I'm Eliot Jackson.
And this is the cycling podcast from Red Bull called Just Ride.
It has a nice ring to it.
Good intro though.
Yeah, it's good. What are we doing here? Where are we?
We are just outside of the small and relatively unknown village or hamlet of Dinas Mawddwy in Snowdonia National Park, which can mean only one thing. It is that week of the year again. It is the week of the original Red Bull Hardline here in Wales. And this, well, we're pretty excited, right?
I'm super, super excited. It'll be my first time commentating. It's such a busy week here. Like,
it's hectic.
It's one of the only events that we come to like so early. Like, we're here on a Wednesday.
Yeah, Tuesday night for some of us.
I
mean, you know.
That's true.
A little bit of a last minute excursion there, but we made it.
Yeah. And it's like, because the riders have like already gone, they're taking pictures, they're like going up to ride as we speak. We'll probably go up there and like watch kind of the first hits.
Yeah, and for the riders, most of them come in Sunday because, you know, Monday, Tuesday, they're big days when you get to go and ride at Dovey.
Right.
So they've been flat out doing that. Probably nowhere better really to prepare for this than the other place that Dan Atherton's been involved with. No, there's not actually a jump there I can get over.
Well,
everything's so big.
We were talking about it on the way in that like this was kind of Dan's kind of vision to like have this because they knew that they were going to build the Duffy Bike Park in the same area.
Clever.
Yeah.
Sharp.
Yeah.
I mean, and going back really right to the start of the Athertons career when they moved up from Salisbury or wherever they lived, they came here to ride bikes, to get better at downhill. And the actual start hut, now it's been lowered to where it is, you know, in recent times and for this year. Rachel got all emotional up there last year doing the opener. She was like, oh, you know, this is where we first dropped in. This is like the start of one of their original tracks up here. So yeah, it kind of follows the line down at one of their very, very wild, original, too gnarly for any other downhillers on earth to come two tracks. That's the origins of Red Bull Hardline.
Yeah, it's like the classic Atherton. Man, so
just say Atherton around it and everyone gets the picture.
If everyone listening hasn't listened to the Just Ride episode with G Atherton, please go and listen because it is
makes a lot more sense about what we're saying then.
Gnarly. Yeah. I mean, I feel like with Rachel and G, like both of those episodes are two of my favorite ones because you get the feeling like it feels like, of course they made Red Bull Hardline. Of course, like they wanted to do bigger jumps than anyone else because it feels like normal. And Rob,
their normal is a long way different from what most other people's normal is. Their base is very different.
I just saw G like as I was walking over here and he was like, yo dude, what's up? And I was like, you're going up? Yeah, I can't wait. And you were saying that you saw him like just getting ready, like doing his neck exercises, keep his neck like loose. And
I mean, you know, there's no rider here that has gone through the accidents, the incidents that G has in his career. And, you know, the oldest rider ever to drop in at Red Bull Hardline Tasmania, unfortunately for him, has only got bigger. He's still the oldest rider to drop in here, a little bit older again. But, you know, he's an absolutely phenomenal character and one that pretty much kind of sums up what Red Bull Hardline is, I think, you know. Like, you know, it's big, it's hard, and, you know, there's no feeling like winning it, I imagine.
So tell me about the format. Like, why are we here so early? Like, what is the race about? How does it work?
We start early because, like now, as we say, the riders have gone up the hill. It's Wednesday afternoon here, and they're going to have a look at the bottom section today. And, of course, you get new riders here. There's quite a few riders that have never been here before. Mm-hmm. The older riders or the more experienced riders will tow them into some of these big features. And hopefully, you know, by the end of the day, most of the riders will have ticked off the bottom section. Tomorrow, much the same, a little bit further up. You know, we go to the 90, big 90s up there as well. Trickier now the forest's been removed. We'll talk about that in a bit. But, you know, they put it back together piece by piece. then we qualify Saturday, and Sunday we have a race. You know, I mean, it's just everything's kind of the stakes are bigger. Everything's like amped up.
Yeah.
It's on another level to any other downhill race, and they know it. And you know, I think it's really nice that everyone has plenty of time to get used to everything. Everyone has as much time as they need.
Yeah. So what does the track look like? I know there was some changes last year, kind of like went back and forth from that big, you know, chasm gap
mega ramp
that we had. So what does it look like now?
It looks much the same as it did last year. I'm a fan of that. Last year they put in an entirely new top section. It brought a huge amount to the race.
I mean, this terrain is, you have this kind of layer of kind of grass with not a lot of soil, and then right underneath that is just slab of rock.
It's like ridges of
Totally.
bedrock that stick out.
Yeah.
If they're wet, I mean, you almost got to walk it to really understand. When I walk it, I can't believe that anyone can ride at that pace and actually get through it with their wheels intact.
Totally.
Like, it's really rough. It's really nasty as the word. It's nasty as the word.
Super slick as well.
Yeah.
And so you'll see the riders trying to find edges. So they'll like set up high and then make straight lines, find an edge on the little grass, make their turn, and then another straight line.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, that is really what makes up the top of the track.
Yeah, that's right. All the way through that little wood, a couple of different line choices there, which is right by the first split, you'll see. And then instantly they come out of there and, you know, we're still on this very new top section. It gets steep. And in practice, riders will be going over there at walking pace as they come down towards that gap, into that. They send that gap into that big right-hand catch berm, along that camber, another left, another little lily pad on and off, and then they go into that big drop. So, you know, it's hard line. Yeah. None of it's easy. The bits between the features are not easy. And that top section, to me, really is a level up from the other one was tricky with that wood and that slab, but this is like all out nastiness. Yeah. You know, and to go fast over it, it's brave and it's skilled. Yeah. We saw what it delivered last year.
Yeah. So as soon as you come back into the old track, you know, we don't hit that big metal booter now, and then we've got that drop. And I feel like, to me, it is notorious, infamous for like how harsh the landing is. Like with the second year that Jess Blewett was here, cleaned it, like looked perfect, and then she just
everyone's celebrating and she's like, no, stop, I've hurt my ankle, broke my ankle or whatever. What a shame. I mean, it's 14 metres, I believe, down to it. The one thing I would notice this week, actually watching the replay from last year though, is like the riders that can get the nose down on the sweet spot.
There's like 1 foot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right at the very top of the landing. Like if you can nail that, you are in better shape, and then the fight starts to stop for that next
Totally.
left. I mean,
and when you're racing too, like it's hard because you want to go fast, right? Like you can't just, it doesn't take much speed, and you're coming in with way, way, way too much speed.
That's right. And then, you know, it's like on the brakes hard, it's a bit off cambers. Riders will try and set up left. There's a bit of a rise. Actually, a lot of the riders then go light. Yeah. The brakes, you can't brake when the wheels are off the ground or not traction. So, you know, and it's a real fight into the left. And weirdly enough, something to keep an eye on this year, there's an inside on this catch left. You can't miss it. It's the first left after the big drop. And Tani in commentary last year said, I don't think that inside's working. And watching it, but I didn't really, being a commentator, I knew better than to hedge my bets live on air. But I thought, and after watching it, but I think she was right, because imagine how controlled you've got to be to try and get that inside, whereas you can whack out of control that outside of that berm. So that's a good spot to keep an eye on. Yeah, there is. It's interesting here because there are more lines than you would imagine. A little bit, that's right. And then all those connectors and stuff. Oh, yeah, well, absolutely. Hardline isn't one on the features. Yeah. They all ride at much the same speed you've got to, right? Yeah. It's one on the bits in between. And after that left, you come down towards Dirty Ferns as we know it. Yeah. And it's an absolute kind of thread and a needle, a menagerie, if you know that word, of like through the roots and the rocks. And there's no space there. And there is a massive opportunity there to pull time. There is. I think that you'll see people, I always kind of love it. The thing that I always watch for there is people
lifting up. Like we kind of, it just reminds me of like the way that Jackson Goldstone rides, where he's like always hopping
Yeah,
and things
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. And you'll see people, there's kind of this kind of rock wall ride-ish
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And you see kind of hop up there. You'll see people go on the inside a
See it
little
on the
bit.
backside of that.
No.
It's a 200-foot cliff. I didn't know it until I had to look over it. And I was
wanna
like,
see
what?
it.
Yeah, it's
I don't wanna
insane. You can see it on the drone shot. Yeah, it's insane. I didn't know it was there. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good spot for some time. Then you're in
Yep.
the dirty ferns, the step on, step off. Don't forget, 45 foot on, 45
which
foot
is
off.
crazy.
Easy
Yeah.
to over jump.
Yeah.
We've seen some big accidents there in the past, people not getting a front wheel down on the top there.
Yeah.
And of course, then we go down towards the 90s.
Yeah.
The two big 90-footers.
For
One
sure.
thing I think we should point out as well, for the first time ever, this is a living forest.
Yeah.
And it's got Forestry Commission or UK Forestry, whoever owns it. It's like a crop, the trees here.
Yeah.
And the trees have been felled
Yeah.
around those two 90-footers. And if the wind's up, there is a safety line, a beeline, whatever you
Right.
want to call it, to the
Yeah.
side. None of us want to see it. None
Yeah.
of us want to use it. But it's going to be better than not having a Red Bull
Well, I think
Hardline,
that's
right?
like-
Because with those trees gone, they're super exposed now.
Yeah, like that's kind of the thing is it's not a beeline because, we wanted or Red Bull
We should
wanted
rename
like
it the wind line.
yeah, right? Like it's not like, oh, if you don't feel like doing the 90
No,
footers,
it's not. It's
like
not
whatever.
there unless it's there for everyone,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's it. So keep an eye on that. And then after those two 90s is a couple of like some windy bends.
Mm-hmm.
Then they turn left and they go down into the entrance to the road gap.
Yeah.
And there is masses of time to be made from when you land that 90
Yeah.
to when you say get to the end of that road
Yeah.
gap. To me, almost, it's maybe a little bit, this is from
That
watching the
is-
replay, that riders overlook, they rest a
Right.
little bit, the
Right.
road gap's coming, they're like, right, let's get ready for this. No. If you want to win this, you're going to be nailing it, and you can see it.
Yeah.
Like, you can see Charlie
Especially
Hatton, Bernard,
in
and
those,
they-
those pushing through those berms and stuff.
There's time there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of time. Well, there's definitely winning time there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So keep an eye on that. And then, and the tight rocks just literally before the road gap
Yeah.
are insanely difficult. There's a line to the right as you come in. It'll give you a great line to the left. Only a few riders did it. It's really difficult over a rock, but we'll be on it in commentary. But,
Yeah.
But there are, to me, I reckon, without the features coming into play, that's almost the main bit. And then
Yeah.
after that as well, because
Yeah.
after the road gap, things get wilder.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that's kind of like one of the splits with the most tension.
Yeah.
I always think.
Yeah, keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
That's right, because it's not features. That's pure downhilling right
Totally.
there. And that's where, you can make a difference, in
Yeah.
my opinion. You can make a difference everywhere, of course,
Yeah.
but that's a big spot for time.
For sure. It's just interesting to me to see the progress because that road gap, what you're saying, it's like 14 meters. And that, I remember the first year, like watching Loic up there, just like terrified, I think Greg
Menard came here to commentate and do a course preview when he was still absolutely in the heat of battle with his World Cup career.
Yeah.
He went to the end of that road gap, I don't know how many times before he eventually was like enough. So, do you know what? I didn't give him any rubbish.
Yeah, for sure. What are you going to say?
Fair enough. It's horrendous.
Totally.
And, the riders have definitely, of course, leveled up. Like, we couldn't believe, really. But one thing I always try and keep in the mind is that, it looks easy. Yeah, you got this. But don't forget that the consequences are exactly the same as they were in 2014 when everyone was terrified of going off that road drop for the first time. Like, it's still massive. Just that everyone has got more comfortable with it.
Totally. I think from there, it's kind of just like, you have some stuff. And one of the things at the bottom, right before you kind of come out of the woods, is there's a couple of drops that if you can take a little bit more speed, kind of, seeing people kind of pre-hop them, really push down.
And the run down to that drop it's treacherous.
Yeah.
Like, it's horrendous.
Yeah.
You see people kind of went for Velas last year, unfortunately not here this year after a knee injury, but do you remember he almost landed in a different continent?
Totally.
He hadn't braked and he just got pinged and somehow managed it.
Yeah. Who do you have your eye on?
That's a really good question. There's two, to me, clear favourites. There's Ronan Dunn.
Yeah.
Obviously won them both last year. This year, Tasmania last year, this one last year. This year hasn't been as smooth for him.
Yeah.
Big injuries we know at Red Bull Hardline Tasmania. bruised liver at a World Cup a few weeks ago.
But he was back on it. Like, I mean, he's right up in the mix.
He's fast. He doesn't care about injuries. No,
that's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
But will those things play on his mind a little bit here? You know, like he's had a pretty. His season hasn't been what it could be so far. You know, big opportunity to turn that around here. He'll know that though. And of course, you know, ace of a Met.
Yeah.
Second in Red Bull Hardline Tasmania. Didn't have the Australian line. Would it have been any different? I don't know. But Vermette is here, and Vermette, he is just. We saw how incredible it is. I mean, he's still a junior dude.
I was so impressed. Like, I still had my jaw on the floor. Like, when Jackson was coming through, I was still kind of like thinking about Asa, just how good his run was there. And I think, you know, he hasn't had probably the season that he expected, or I think a lot of people.
No wins in Junior World Cups for him.
Yeah. Had a couple of crashes. I thought that he was just I thought it was like, you know, like a fin, like where it's like, oh, like, is he going to have a perfect season or whatever? But I mean...
No, I agree with you. I thought he would absolutely smash it, dominate the juniors.
We do have another junior here with Ollie Clark. So he won a Junior World Cup earlier this year.
That's right.
And I saw him rolling around the pits earlier on. So I think that to me is fascinating, right? That you have 17, 18-year-olds.
I mean, he's never been here before. We don't actually know what he's got for this track. I mean, don't count him out. If you're winning a Junior World Cup, you're very capable of winning Red Bull Hardline.
And if you're winning a Junior World Cup, you're also a teenager and you don't care about like...
Well, Ollie Clark, if you might have seen him have like a MotoGP style crash, but through rocks.
I mean, he's got it. He's got the strength for sure.
He has, but... You know, there's a few other big names. We don't mean to count out Bernard Kerr, of course. He's won here 3 times. The only guy ever to win more than once in Wales here.
Yeah.
But coming back from broken wrist, broken hands. What's he had, a month on the bike?
Yeah.
To me, quite honestly, I'd be surprised, but it's not impossible.
Yeah.
Because he will, for how long it takes, he will hold on. He will make it happen if he can.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it every year and every Red Bull Hardline, but it's this is his race. Like, this means
King Bernard.
I think that, I think again, like, we talk about it, but he needs to win this.
Yeah.
You know, he needs to get that title back,
especially after a season. You know, when he's been injured for most of it. Like, it's like we know that this will turn things around completely. Winning Red Bull Hardline is no small feat. It's massive. Yeah, he's going to be... It's almost worrying how hard he's going to go, I think. knowing that he's not really up to full grip strength, perhaps.
Okay, so I want to do something interesting here. I'm going to, like, list off a couple of names that are just, like, from totally different, like, disciplines, areas of cycling.
Yeah.
And I want you to tell me who you think is going to, like, win out of this group.
If these riders attacked this track, who would win?
Yeah, out of this group. I'm just going to name off a bunch.
Not Pogacar and people like that, is it?
So you've got Primo Roglic.
He's more of a climber.
Okay, Tom Pitt. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, Pidcock's good downhill. Yeah, Pidcock's won it. Right, let's move on.
Okay. Kate Edwards, who is just like this, obviously a phenom, World Cup, dirt jump, everything you could imagine.
Biggest talent ever.
Yeah. Matt Jones. Tehoto Ricapene, Dan Booker. Do you know about his season so far?
Dan?
Yeah.
He's won 2 EWS.
Two EWSs.
Fourth overall in the points, isn't he? But he's won 2. His first 2 he's ever won. We know how good he is. Sam Hill, prodigy, isn't he?
Felipe Agurto.
From the street racing.
And
I know less of what he's going to do here in the dirt.
And Josh Bryceland.
Cade's an unknown quantity because we haven't seen him racing as much in recent times with his injuries, but we do know how phenomenal he is. I'm going to go for Dan Booker, though.
Okay.
Because he's won 2.
Okay.
He was at Hardline Tasmania. He's never had any luck there, has he, really?
Yeah.
But like we know he is also one of these just insanely beautiful, gifted riders who can do anything. And, you know, we talked about him as a big dark horse in Tasmania. I'm going to give him the same title here.
Yeah.
Well, who would you pick out of that?
Matt Jones. I'm just kidding.
He has turned his hand well to downhill.
No, I laugh, but he is like actually insane fast. It's like
it's incredible how good he's got.
It's
I
like,
take my hat off to him, actually. Yeah, I do.
It's so good. Yeah, and I mean,
he's loving it.
He is loving it.
He's loving the life of a downhill. Although he was here a few weeks ago with Billy.
Yeah.
Doing this
Billy
tag
Bolt.
team, and he made sure he handed over to Billy, but they were allowed to change where it picked the spot. They handed it over, and he handed over before that big 40-foot drop up, the 40-meter drop up there. So that put in the back of my mind that he isn't as confident as normal. But I don't know.
Okay, so that's an overview. But Rob, give me your 3, 2, 1. Who is on the podium?
The podium I think it's going to be Ace of a Met.
Okay, first or third?
I was going to give you the 3 and not in any order and tell you that the order was going to be a bit more difficult to sort out. My top 3 would be Ace of a Met, Ronan Dunn and Bernard Kerr.
Okay.
Now, if you want me to put them in order, Ronan's been injured a lot this year, but we know how special he is at Hardlines. He won them both last year. We know how incredible he can be.
Yep.
But I think I'm going to go Ace of a Met first because second at Hardline Tasmania, he's on it. He hasn't had a World Cup win in the juniors this year, but he's moving.
Yep.
I'm going to go Ronan second, and I'm going to go Bernard, also the 3-time winner, also coming back from injury. I'm going to give him a third, but
okay.
I think he'll be doing well to get that.
Okay. I will do something similar. I'll do Ronan first.
Will you?
I will do Bernard second.
Okay.
Maybe, and then Ace a third. And
so it's a pretty standout for us.
Yeah.
Top 3.
Yeah.
You may not agree. Let us know.
Let us know.
But I feel like there's other riders that can definitely get in the mix. But that's a solid, on paper,
sure.
that's a good top 3.
I know. Yeah. Honorable mention for Granddad, Adam Brayton. He always goes fast here. But yeah, let us know. Just ride at redbull.com as well. Yeah. Drop us a line. Rob, I mean, we've been cruising around today. I feel like the vibe at this place is just
calm,
immaculate.
It's calm until bikes enter the mountain.
Yeah, well, I feel like
it's very chill, isn't it? It's the other end of the spectrum from World Cup racing. I mean, we're not riding. I mean, the pressure as a rider is still there to get down this track.
For sure.
But, there's no team trucks here. Everyone's in the pits in like easy ups next to each other. They all stay in the same accommodation every night. Like, it's cool. It's different.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the things, that makes it really special is like we are kind of out in the middle of nowhere. But then because of that, everything's open, right? And so you come here as a fan and you can go right up to the easy up, you're right next to the riders, like so much access. You can kind of see everyone's cruising around, everyone's hanging out, eating lunch together. And I think that is one of the things that makes Hardline special, is kind of that culture of just like everyone's chilling,
brings everyone together. A World Cup, I mean, it is very much a race. A World Cup race, though,
yeah, you literally go in, you go into your silo.
Yeah, you don't want to be friends with the people you're trying to beat. It's very different here. Like, it does the harshness of the track. Yeah. The difficulty of it, those huge gaps. Like, everyone gets together to get over them and get everyone down safe.
Yeah.
I mean, and especially at the start of the week, as the racing progresses towards the end of the week.
Yeah.
We've all heard Bernard.
I know, and that is the thing. Like,
it's a race. You're here to win it. Ultimately,
there is tape now for the first time.
That is an escalation. I did not know that.
And I think that was one of the things that Bernard has his own way of articulating it. But that was really, to me, what he was talking about was the culture more than anything, right?
Well, I'm glad that, Hardline, Red Bull Hardline is progressing as an event, as a series.
Totally.
And we saw that in Australia, a new venue, probably not as aware of kind of, like unwritten laws or whatever you want to call them, or whatever, grey areas, whatever. Yeah, some stuff went down. Not everyone was happy with it, so they've taken care of it. You can't ask for more, really. For me, that's great. Like,
I think that is like the perfect way to put it. Is as it progresses, as it gets more prestigious, like you take it just as you would any other competition, right? Like,
we want a fair race.
Yeah,
we don't want any complaints.
Yeah,
it's Red Bull Hardline. If you win it, you've won it. It's got to be fair and square because it's a big ass title to have. You know, it's right.
Sure.
People want it. They risk everything to get it. It's got to be right, and it is. So it's good. Yeah.
So I feel like it'd be good for us to like highlight who is in the women's field and like what kind of the status is, because obviously we've got Louise Ferguson, who has been crushing it here. Like
top to bottom in Taz.
Yeah, top to bottom in Taz, both years, you know. And last year, I think she probably would have gotten those, but right before, the wind kind of picked up and everything. And
she stopped on the lip, and everyone said if she'd gone, it would have happened. You know, like she was going fast enough.
Yeah. So I think that like that is like definitely one to watch out for. Via Verbeek is here. She was here last year. I think that like she's been doing a ton more kind of free ridey stuff. You know, I always talk about her World Cup background, Queen of Crankworks and stuff like that. So she's stoked. We've got Hannah Bergman, who has like, you know, held these like amazing events, has her event in Bellingham.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen the clip from last year of her coming out of this, like at the top, that super steep stuff, just getting super wild, you know, fishtail and stuff like that. We have Kirsten Van Horn. So she is super young, 21 years old. She dug for Via at Red Bull Rampage last year.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, lives in Nelson, BC. You know, it's just this amazing kind of free rider.
Oh, brilliant.
These like amazing, like huge dirt jumps in BC.
Via should be able to tow her into a few things then, right? With a bit of experience
for
here
sure.
as well.
We have so much coming up this week. Like we'll be coming to you with podcasts, with commentary. We got stuff on Instagram. And
it's a big week.
We want you guys to, you know, like tune in, have a conversation, like let us know what you want to see, what you want to hear. We'll get to some questions this week. I think it'll be great.
It's going to be, as long as it doesn't start pouring with rain, an insane week. It always is. It is my, you know, it's absolutely one of the biggest, most favourite weeks of the year. The venue, the vibe, the place, and then, of course, on Sunday, the race. There ain't nothing like Red Bull Hardline.
It's true.
Bingo bongo.
Okay.